Hi, respect, respect to every one of you guys. I am very, very happy to be here once again. Hope you guys had a nice weekend. For me, I enjoyed my weekend. I'm very, very happy to be here. Like you know, my existing subscribers and my returning subscribers. My name is Noxacomedy. I'm the man with the remedy. I'm the king of informative comedy right here in the United States of America. If you are just coming across my channel for the very first time, what are you waiting for, bro? What are you waiting for, sis? Subscribe to my channel and give me that support. I need your support. I need your support. Subscribe to my YouTube channel. Give my video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend this video for other people as well. Yes, let's go into this video proper. Today, I want to bring to your notice six major things that will make you to be successful when it comes to converting Canada visitor visa to a work permit in Canada. Whether you want to start applying for your visitor visa, whether you already start the application, whether you already have the visa and you're ready to fly, whether you already have the visa and you're already in Canada, this video is for you. Yes, this video is for you. Trust me. Like the last video I did on the questions immigrations may most likely ask at the port of entry in Canada. You can see this message on my screen. One of my followers sent me this. Yes, she just entered Canada, I think today or yesterday. So you can read. And she said, at Noxacomedy, you too much. Oh. I was lucky to have watched your video, your YouTube video on the questions immigration ask at the port of entry. I just entered, which means she has entered Canada now. I was asked 6 of the 7 questions you talk about in that video, in that your video. Noxacomedy, you do well. Oh. Travel agent wey me give 3.2 million. No tell waiting you the teach us. So you don't save me. You. Thank you very much. So I am very, very happy. I have about 4 messages like this. Yes, because people are just entering, you understand? So I want you to be successful. So if you really want, if you have not seen that video, it's my last video before this one. Go and watch that video. You understand? So that's it. So now this thing I want to talk about in this video are exactly or are what I think will make you a success in Canada, especially those of you that are going there with a tourist visa with the hope of converting to a work permit. So this is not a legal advice. I am not an immigration officer. That's a disclaimer. I am not an immigration officer. I am not a travel agent. I am not an immigration consultant. Every of my content here is mine and they are based on my traveling experience, books I read, and the ones I have read and still reading, people I speak to from all over the world on a regular basis. So these are where my informations are coming from. So let's go into this video proper. One, to succeed in Canada, to be able to change your tourist visa to a work permit. One, sufficient funds. I have spoke about this before on my Facebook page and in 1 or 2 of my videos. This is the reason why you have to go to Canada with sufficient funds. One, this is number 1A, under number 1, under funds, to stay in an hotel or Airbnb, because renting or lodging an hotel is expensive. Even Airbnb can even be more expensive sometimes. Imagine if you are to stay in Canada for a month and eventually you are staying in an hotel that charges $100 a night. That is even one of the not too expensive hotels in Canada. Imagine $100 a night. In 30 days, that will be 300. That will be in 30 days, that will be $3,000. Yes. Do the maths. And there are even more expensive hotels. In Canada, there are Airbnb for $200, $250, $300. So the choice is yours. You understand? So all these items I will be naming here will let you have an idea of how much you'll be going to Canada with. You understand? 1B, feeding. This is very, very important. Man cannot live without this. Because usually feeding in an hotel can be very, very expensive. So if maybe you want to manage, I may suggest you may be eating outside the hotel. I'm just saying, you understand? So because you will realize that if you are lodging an hotel, there might be other options that are cheaper for you to get food. This is why you need money for feeding. 1C, for transportation. Because as a visitor, you are still trying to find your place around. You will be moving from one place to another. You might get a link, somebody might tell you, oh, come here, let's see if we can hook you up. You need fare. Transportation is very, very important. 1D, consultation fees. This one is key. This one is pivotal or pivotal. You understand? The reason why this is very, very important is to get a job in Canada is not like looking for a job in Nigeria or in many parts of Africa. Most of these jobs are being searched for online. I have to be honest with you. So now you will have to talk to immigration consultants. This thing I'm telling you will even make your sources, the road to your sources, a little bit wider, but will consume more funds. Consultation fees for immigration consultants, immigration advisors, job recruiters. There are job recruiters in Canada. You talk to them, you pay them consultation fees. And in some cases, these people will tell you you will have to pay them 10 to 15, 10 to 22%, or even 25% of your annual wage. Yes. And in most cases, from what I've heard, these job recruiters will want you to give them their money even before you start that job. Yes. Now, let's say these recruiters get you a job. Maybe they get you a job that will be earning like, let's say, $40,000 a year in Canada. And they say you are going to give us 15% or 20% of that money. 20% of $40,000 a year is $8,000. Yes, that's 20%. 8,000, that's what they'll be asking you. Except you meet someone who might tell you, okay, let's write an agreement, you'll be paying me this money, any which way. But at least you need to have the money to consult these people, because for them to even talk to you, you will have to pay. It's not like Noxacomedy that you will test on IG. When I have the free time, I will reply you without you paying me anything, because I have not requested you to pay me. I am happy giving my people these informations that people are hoarding. So you need funds for this. Now, number 2, please listen attentively. If you want, this is key. This information I'm giving you, people are paying thousands of dollars for this information. Because right here in America, there are consultants that you pay $500 an hour for consultation. There are people here you pay $1,000 for 1 hour consultation just to advise you. $1,000 here in America. So I am happy doing what I'm doing and I want you to benefit from it. Number two, be consistent and determined in applying for jobs because your time in Canada is limited. You are there on a visiting visa. Believe me, you may not have up to 6 months to get things right. Because like I said before, if your visa is not stamped at the port of entry, you cannot stay more than 6 months. And you can even overstay. And you don't want to do that. You don't want to spoil your travel record or your travel history. So you have to be very, very consistent and determined. Somebody reached out to me some weeks ago who eventually got a job in Canada through one of the job banks after applying for over 200 jobs online. But he was in Canada. That guy was so determined. Over 200 jobs he applied for. You understand? So you have to be ready to do this. You don't have that too much time. So every of your minutes in Canada counts, especially if you want to convert your visit visa to a work permit. Be consistent and determined. 3, try to link up with friends and relatives, or better still, people from your own country. This is very, very important. You understand? Because if you even link up with friends and family members or relatives or people from your own country, you stand a better chance of even getting accommodations that are cheaper than the hotel you may be living in or the Airbnb you may be staying at. These people, these friends, your country people and relatives can easily link you up to job opportunities. If you have friends there, it is very, very important. Before you go, start calling them. I am advising you, start calling them. If you can get one friend that will say, okay, don't worry, you can stay with me for 1 month, which means accommodation is out of it. If you have another friend that will say, okay, I have like 2 job recruiters I will link you up with, that one I've settled. So this one, it's very, very important. Please. Number 4, try to consider going to rural areas. Here in America, we call it rural areas. Because most times people go to Canada and concentrate in the main cities. Trust me, in the main cities, it is usually competitive. Very, very. You may not stand a chance to land a job that will be ready to sponsor you and be able to make you convert your visit visa to a work permit. So consider the rural areas because there are many factors why many people in Canada don't want to work in those areas. Because one, it's not like busy. It's not like, you know, it's not like where you find clubs, hotels. It's not like things are not really like happening. So you will stand a better chance focusing on the rural areas. And again, sometimes most of these areas are cold. People don't want to go there. And you have an advantage because you are determined to land a job. You understand? Areas like Alberta in Canada, there are farm jobs in those areas and other rural areas too. You understand? So please, don't just concentrate on the cities. It is usually too competitive. So that is that. So please, number 5, have a very good smartphone. See, the importance of this one, this number 5, cannot be overemphasized. Have a very good smartphone because you will need to be applying for jobs online. You understand? You will need it to be applying for jobs. And that smartphone that you have, try to subscribe to a roaming plan. You understand? I know some of you here will not ask me, what is roaming? Okay. Ordinarily, roaming lets you talk, test, and go online when you are outside your wireless provider's coverage area. With roaming, your data can travel on the network of another provider to give you wireless connectivity you may need. If you are using a separate network provider in your country and you go to Canada, once your network provider is not there in Canada and you are on roaming, your phone automatically connects to another network provider, which allows you to use your phone to make calls, tests, and go online. It is very, very important. If you want to succeed, take these things I'm telling you very, very serious. Number 6, clothes. You know, now, before you know December, it will be winter. You understand? Very soon, the weather will start getting cold. You may want to live with clothes from your country, because if you convert the money you buy some clothes in your country, you realize that buying clothes in Canada can be very, very expensive. I'm just saying, if you do the maths in your local currency, you can determine if clothes are more cheaper in Canada or more expensive than those you have in your own country. Because you don't want to go there, you are thinking of spending money for transportation, thinking of you'll be spending money for consultation fees, for the immigration advisors and job recruiters. You are spending money for your accommodation. You have to reduce the things you'll be spending money on. So clothes shouldn't be one of them, which is why you have to read the weather, know when you'll be coming here, the weather they currently are in, and you bring clothes that can suit that weather. Because you have to try, I want you to reduce your expenses. There are more important things for you to spend money on. So please, if you are just coming across my channel for the very first time, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Because like those that are following me on my page, even here on my YouTube, a lot of things are happening. I just showed you this message. The message is on display right here. Somebody sent me this message who just landed in Canada. And she saw the importance of the last video I did before this very one. If you want to know the questions immigration or border officers in Canada are most likely to ask you, go and watch that video. It's the video before this one. The link of that video will be in the description section of this video. So please give my video a thumbs up so that YouTube can recommend this video for other people as well. And if you want to reach out to me, drop your questions in the comment section of this video, or better still, you can DM me on Instagram, Noxacomedy. The link to my Instagram, the link to my Facebook, the link to my TikTok will be in the description section below. Boom, boom, boom. Respect to every one of you guys. Till I see you in my next video. Keep shining. Keep winning. I wish every one of you success.